Good morning. It is Thursday, October 16th, 7:46 a.m. Central Time. So, just quick read on everything. Government's still shut down, not too much economic data is out there, but we do have this Philly Fed Business Index, which shows a pretty sharp decline in business activity overall. So, this is like shipments, orders, things like that. And so that might be a little concerning from a business perspective. So we'll kind of see, but it doesn't seem like it's really impacting anything yet. And then there are some dark pools printed, which we'll walk through when we look at the indexes here. But kind of quick read on the flow for options. So Qs are bearish, SPY bearish, SPX bearish. So everything looks like it's bearish bets here. And really quick on the SPY, if we look at the expiring today, let's say, nothing. But then if we look for Friday, so we're bullish going in for Friday expiry on the SPX. So probably after that, people are a little bit more bearish. So on the Qs, it's bullish, and then on the SPY, it's bearish a little bit more. So that's interesting. So we'll kind of see how things shake out here. As far as things coming from the news, there's more Fed speakers today. We got some earnings, more financial earnings tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So not too much. Trade war is still happening. I think government's still shut down. So nothing new on that front. So I guess we can just kind of dive into the indexes here really quick. So if we look at what's happening with futures, so we got NQ just pushing up, trying to break yesterday's high. ES not leading. So NQ is leading. So that is quite interesting, because NQ was lagging yesterday, and now it looks like NQ is leading today. You can kind of see that. And then we have the Russell, which made 2 days in a row new highs, 1, 2. And so Russell is definitely leading. And then we got the Dow, which is kind of hanging out and really lagging everybody else. So the Dow is lagging, Russell's leading, but the NQ is leading the ES. So it feels more risk on for me. People are putting money to work to go up. It really does look that way. VIX cooling after that spike. Dollar pushing back and bouncing off of the EMAs here. And then Treasury yields are at the lows of September. So let's see if we break lower or not. And gold, new highs. Um, so there you go. I feel like as of right now, up is the way that we're going. So that is just what it is. I think it doesn't matter anything that's happening anymore. Trade wars, government shutdown, all of that. We got a rate cut coming. It's amazing. Russell already made new all-time highs. Why are these other three not going to make new all-time highs? Right? Like, that's the question. Do we push and then we fall over? All-time highs one more time and then fall over? Who knows? But I think, yeah, can't fight. You can't fight what's happening here. Like, everything is going up. On the Megatech, we got Apple breaking up after kind of that sell-off. So we'll see if that strength continues. Pre-market's a little bit higher than the open. Microsoft kind of hanging out where it is here. So we'll see. We got Amazon trying to hold on to the support level at this 211. We have Alphabet coming back to life. So it broke all that resistance from September, and now it's made kind of a new high for October, it looks like. Yes, it made a new high for October, new monthly high, and we're pre-marketing gapping up. So there you go. Some strength is back in Google, so that's pushing us up. Meta, I mean, we're kind of hanging out here in this area here, trying to push up, fell back over, and just kind of hanging out. It's holding up pretty good. Nvidia, so had a bunch of red days selling off. Pre-market, we're at the middle of the candles again, so it looks like we're trying to hold ourselves back up. Tesla looks like we're trying to coil to get back up there, so we'll see. and the Qs look like the Qs here. So I mean, the only real strong one looks like Google seems like the one that's really really strong. Everybody else, I mean, Apple could be strong looking, I suppose, but I think Google's the strong leader in the megatech. Everybody else is trying to kind of hold up and regain. So we'll just kind of see how we go. Um, but I think Google's definitely leading us. We have to see what Nvidia does. Um, yeah, Microsoft, Meta look about the same. Amazon's a little bit weaker. Apple, looks like it's trying to come back. So let's see. But we'll watch Google and we'll watch Nvidia. So there you go. Um, and then we'll look at our mega spy, let's call it, just because there's a lot of overlap between the Qs and the SPY, anyways, as far as tickers. So you got Broadcom kind of hanging out, trying to come back to life here. Berkshire trying to come back to life, holding up pretty good. JP Morgan Chase kind of broke a bunch of resistance here. It made a new monthly high, it looks like. Yes, it did. No, it didn't, not yet. But it did break a lot of the resistance here on good earnings. But now we're kind of back to where we started, so we'll see. But overall, it's still up. So there you go. LLY, I think it's kind of continuing. It's kind of breaking out of this downward channel situation. So let's see. It's kind of downward channel at the top of that. So we'll see if it falls over or if it breaks out. Visa looks poised, like a little triangle thing. So we'll see which way we go. Netflix, kind of like this bull flag situation. So let's see if we can kind of break out and make new highs. But we're way up. So there you go. Costco. So we're kind of had that gap up, breaking above these HMAs. So that's coming back to life. And then the SPY doing its thing. So I think even with the SPY, I think Apple's still not Apple. Google's still the leader. Because I think Google's still in there. So I mean, everything's holding up pretty well. Nothing's falling up to pieces. Nothing's falling apart. Everything's still trying to get up there. So it looks like we're holding it pretty good. And let's look at what's happening with our NQ and ES here. So if we look at regular trading hours on our handy dandy footprint chart, so we got into all of this like breakdown imbalance level from the other day, and we're kind of just bouncing around here, to be honest. There's been a lot of dark pool activity yesterday or 2 days ago, and in the same areas they people doubled up. So dark pool print again, dark pool print again. So I feel like I guess they bought here and then they added more when we flushed down here, it feels like. So there seems like their average, if they were averaging in, it would be about the same. It would be about here if it was equal, if it was imbalance, whatever. But it looks like they defended this pretty well. And so to me, since we've had dark prints printed around this like 24,860s, 24,850s, and 24,680s twice on the NQ, and now price is going up, feels like price may continue going up. So that seems to be some high conviction areas here just because there's been multiple prints over consecutive days. So that is quite interesting. So let's see if we can push back up there. So there you go. And there's this electronic, so this is electronic trading hours. And so I found the trick to show the footprint imbalances on electronic trading hours. I have to switch to the candles first, make the switch of the sessions, and then switch back to the footprint. For all this time, I thought footprints only displayed on regular trading hours because every time I try to do it, it would just freeze and get messed up. So that's a little workaround there. But electronic trading hours looks like we are going to, I guess we'll just see how we open, see how we react against this previous day high. Is that a short? I mean, good risk reward. Probabilities are probably not in our favor to short right away, but let's see how we open. But you can kind of see there's some imbalance happening here, buying balance right now. So, these levels would be interesting at open. See how we react. And then I guess if we fall under this 2560, let's call it, then maybe we kind of come back down, but we'll see. Like since like we hit these dark pool levels, all this buying imbalance you see went back up, fell back over, retested these dark pool levels, held up on these dark pool levels, and then just continued going up. It feels like if we break yesterday's high, next area is obviously the breakdown level here on the daily, which is the 25 170s 160. So we'll see, which I think I already have that marked 150, and we'll do 170s. And then if we break that, then like, hey, there's a lot of openness here that we can go after. So that is what the cues look like to me. If we switch to the ES, let's see. Dun, dun, dun. So similar, so not as many dark pull prints as the NQ. So we had the 2 days ago, and then yesterday we had another one kind of in the similar area. So, but same story, right? We had two dark pull prints pushed up amazingly, fell down because of tariff news and tweets and stuff. Added, right? Somebody transacted again at these levels, and we've gone back up, right? So it feels like we're wanting to go back up. Lots of selling here in this candle, which I think coincides with that tweet. I think so. I feel like maybe not. But I think there was some tweets happening here. But now we have more buyers kind of in this zone, the 6,700, and we're kind of going higher there. Oh, we hit an alert. I guess we broke highs. Let's check that out. But yeah, same story with the ES, right? Hitting those dark pull levels and kind of pushing back up. I don't see any imbalances being printed yet, but we shall see. I think for ES, it's interesting. So we have more space before we get to this all-time high, not all-time high, but yesterday's high. So I think there could be, as NQ is leading, maybe we do break the high, but then we fall over around the 25 160s that I mentioned. But for the ES, maybe we'll fall over at the previous day high, you know? So that's something I'll kind of be watching, since we have a little bit more room to go. So this might be an interesting short trade, but also it's maybe it's more compelling to actually go long here at the open if we have a nice pullback down to like these 6730s and maybe even to VWAP, let's see, 6726. So we'll see. I guess let me switch. I don't see any imbalance because I'm not. Oh, I am on the footprint chart. So let's switch to regular trading hours here really quick. Switched. Go back to the footprint. So we have the overlays. So there we go. Yeah, I mean, so we got some nice imbalance level here. The 6743, which is kind of where price is right now. So let's see how we kind of behave there. So you kind of see where we're going to open. So where yesterday's high was, you got a nice 40, what is that, like 27 points. So, I mean, there could be a short there if we kind of sweep that and fall over. I think if, we kind of dip back down to these levels, 2730s, 2725s, maybe there's a long for kind of pushing back up. So we'll see. I think maybe more compelling is NQ just because we're closer to that all-time high, or not all-time high, but yesterday's high, and we'll just kind of see how price reacts there. If we break through it, so I'll continue watching that. Maybe hop to the ES and look for the short if we test that high. NQ no short until 24 180s, I think 170s, 180s. But let's see if there's a nice pullback and we hold up. There's also a long there. So let's see. I think again these dark pools, these doubling up of dark pools, it feels bullish to me just because price is going up after we've hit those levels a few days in a row. So we'll just kind of see how we go. We have rate cuts coming. Government's still shut down. Tariff stuff hasn't really sold us off crazily. We had the one crazy sell off, and then we've had more tariff stuff, and price has seemed pretty resilient since then. So I don't know that we're going to be surprised by tariffs anymore. I think that's kind of it. So it's just rate cuts. AI is amazing. Government shutdown. We don't have any economic data. And there we go. And also, Russell made a new all-time high. So I think everything, it's very possible everything else follows suits. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I Let's just see how the morning goes. Good luck and don't get caught. Thank you.